Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? I'm back for another video. Neil JT here. If you don't follow me on Instagram, head over there, check me out. I do a lot of fitness stuff on there. I do a lot of motivation, inspiration, just pretty much a day in the life of. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, you can check that out on my Instagram. But today we got a fresh new video for you. We're going to be talking about people pleasing. Again, this channel is called Authentically Yourself, and I wouldn't do it justice if we didn't talk about people pleasing. I never even knew this was a thing until I think 5 months ago. So 5 months ago, I was sitting out at a restaurant with my friend and we're eating. It was an Italian restaurant. It was not very, very expensive, but it was pretty damn expensive for what it was. And they all spoke Italian and it was, a little fancy. And we got this, I forget what I had, I think I had a chicken marsala or something like that. And we got 2 apps. I think we had whatever, the slice of mozzarella and the tomato, basil, I don't remember. But everything was awful. Like the apps sucked, they were just runny. And then the meal came out, which they were $40 a plate. And they forgot to put the chicken in mine. It was lukewarm. And it was just so awful. And I I remember just eating it and I'm like, this fucking sucks. That's how mad, that's how much it sucked. I was like, this fucking blows. And I was just like, ugh. I tried my friends. I was like, all right. And the waiter was walking over and my friend was like, yeah, I don't know. And I go, yeah, this is one of the worst meals ever. Waiter walks over and goes, how is it, guys? I go, it's great. It's really good. Enjoying it. People pleasing to the absolute max. And after he had walked away, my friend was like, you just said you hated it. It was awful. And I'm like, yeah, but I just didn't want to deal with it. It's just a pain in the ass, right? Conflict. People pleasing. So what we're going to talk about is how that moment changed my life and what you can do to get out of the people-pleasing mentality. So, first off, people-pleasing. Where do these things stem from? What is it? A lot of times it could be insecurities. Have insecurities about yourself. Don't think you're good enough. Don't think you're smart enough. Don't think you're worthy enough. You put people on a pedestal. You think everyone else is better than you. Your self-worth is low. So you have a lot of insecurities about yourself. So you think that maybe if you say something, you say what you want to say, what you believe is right, but you have an insecurity, it holds you back from saying that. So that can be something that pulls you away and keeps you in the people-pleasing mentality. Abandon yourself. So this is essentially what it is. People-pleasing is abandoning yourself. You are just saying, fuck me, whatever, everyone else matters but me. You're not willing to stick up for yourself, your soul, your personality, your authentic self for who you are. You're saying, nope, all right, yep, you're right, I'm wrong, even if you are right. So it's one of the worst things you can do, is you abandon yourself. Not good. Afraid of conflict. This was mine for a long time. I know this going through high school and everything with in class, raising my hand and teachers and being in school and getting picked on with kids. I always wanted to avoid conflict. I was like, I'll just let someone win. Just let them win, essentially. Whatever, doesn't matter. People please. Let them all be pleased and I'll hurt on the inside. I'll hold my hurt on the inside, right? Which is just the worst thing. You get just adding anxiety, adding shame to your life. And then what happens? You turn into an adult and you have to deal with all that stuff later on. That turns into traumas and your self-worth. So, not good. Your feelings don't matter. What I said earlier, you're essentially saying hey, everyone else, I value your feelings way more. My feelings don't matter. Everything you guys are doing is awesome. I don't care about myself though. Say you're abandoning yourself. Again, you're caring too much about other people and not yourself, right? It's like you're being selfless in a negative way, almost. Everyone else's feelings matter but your own. So don't want to do that. Anxiety, depression. A lot of people with anxiety and depression have the people pleasing mentality because they don't want to deal with more anxiety and depression, right? If you have anxiety, and say that restaurant scenario that I told you happened with me, I have anxiety. I've been getting rid of it, but I've had anxiety my whole life. And that happens to you and you have anxiety, you think you're going to be like, yeah, this is the worst fucking meal I've ever had. I don't want it. Can you bring it to the back and have them make me another one? Just the thought of that is like, oh my God, that's like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, like that. What if he says this and then it goes this way and then maybe something else can happen and then the manager comes over and blah, 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 blah. Like it goes on and on and on, right? Your brain just goes on all these tangents. So a lot of times when we have that anxiety, depression to start with, we'll keep going with the people-pleasing mentality because we don't want to experience more anxiety and depression because, like I said in my other video, human nature is we want to go towards pleasure, not pain. So if we see pain, we run. So if you're in that situation, if you're in any situation where you think you're going to get more anxiety or more of something not good in your life, that is associated as pain. So you're going to back up. Okay? So validation. This was mine for a long time too. Always trying to get validation from people, not being able to feel worthy enough about myself. So I'd be like, oh, I'll just give you this. I'll let you win because I think you'll give me the love, or I think you'll give me something or affection or whatever. Like you'll people please to get the validation, to think that you might get something out of it, something emotional out of it, which is like always far from the case because like I've talked about in the other videos, that is just like you putting out needy energy, that's putting out wanting, that's getting linked with anxiety. Like it all goes hand in hand. All of these are like linked together. So people pleasing is just not good in general. You want to avoid it at all costs. Self-worth, again, if you have a low self-worth, you're going to people please because you're not going to think you're good enough to be right, or you're not going to think you're good enough to be the best version of yourself. Like you're going to just put everyone else first before yourself. You're like, you matter, you matter, you matter, you matter, I don't matter, right? But if you build your self-worth, up and become authentically yourself, you don't give a fuck what other people think, you're going to be unstoppable. People pleasing won't be a thing. Now, anything happens, I'm like, nope, this salmon is not cooked, bring it back. Like I'll say it, like once you become worthy of yourself and you are not abandoning yourself anymore and you truly care about your life and where your life is going, you will not people please. And I know there's like a lot of different aspects of this. It's like, well, I have anxiety though. I'm not going to just get rid of my anxiety in a day. No, you're not. Like, but you can work on all the other things. You can work on self-worth every day. The feeling of self-worth is coming from all the traumas. Start facing all your traumas. Start realizing that none of them were your fault. Start taking ownership for your life. Start taking responsibility. Start facing all the demons inside. When you start facing all the demons inside, that's when you become truly, truly magnificent. Because that's when you're peeling back the onion layer. Like I said, we're already all whole and complete on the inside, but the world has put on all these layers on us of filters and all this bullshit and grief and shame and despair, anger, pride. And so as you start pulling all those off and you become whole again, you're going to be authentically you. You're going to be not a people pleaser. You're going to love your life, and your life is going to matter the most. You're not going to put everyone else first. You're not going to put anyone else on a pedestal. You're going to be the one on a pedestal. You're going to feel like a king. You're going to remind yourself that you are a king or a queen, and you do not tolerate any of that kind of stuff. Because when you don't tolerate any of that stuff and you put yourself first, your life is going to go skyrocket into the sky. And so these are just like the things that go into people pleasing. There's a lot of different aspects of it, but I think the core is really just going to come down to you fighting for yourself. That's it. It's you fighting for yourself at the end of the day. You have to love yourself unconditionally. When you love yourself unconditionally, Nothing else is going to matter. And it's not like when situations like this arise, like the restaurant situation, you don't have to be mean. Like you can still be kind. Like I said it in a way where I was like, yeah, this meal is awful. Take it back. I want to talk to the manager. Like it's not like that. Like you can say things in a kind, authentic way. You know, I would just say, like, if we were redoing that situation at the restaurant, I would be like, yeah, so I was expecting a little bit better quality with this meal. It's a little bit cold and there's no chicken on it. Do you think you could bring it back and see if they could fix it up a little bit? Something as simple as that. It was 5 seconds. Boop. And then I took care of my worthiness. I feel whole and complete. I did what I needed to do, and then everything works out. Because if I didn't do that, then it's like I take a piece and give it to someone else. I'm like, here you go. This is yours. I don't matter. Here's a piece of me. You keep giving pieces of yourself out to everyone, you will have nothing left. You have to be selfish sometimes. And it's a good thing to be selfish when you're taking care of yourself. Put yourself first. In 99% of situations, get yourself to where you need to be, become whole on the inside, and then you can start giving out little pieces when they're deserved. Not just to everyone who doesn't deserve a piece of you. All right? So that was just a little people-pleasing video. I'm going to do more videos on this, step-by-step guides on how to actually work through people-pleasing and different techniques we can use. But I hope that was super helpful, guys. Got a lot more videos coming. I'm really excited. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm about to go do some triceps and some chest. Might hit some sun, get some beach. We'll see. But until next time, enjoy the day, and I will talk to you guys later.